What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are going to talk about a bunch of different cryptos today. And I'm going to be reading in code, is what it sounds like, man. I've tried to do this a couple times, and it's a mouthful, so just bear with me here. CQT for the Unleavened Baptist, ACH and AMP for Fonzie, EGLD and FET for Ethan, FET and Mana for Rum Runner, CKB for Risk Taker, XDC and PLI for Benji III, Algo for Kenny is Tired, BITI, SHI and SHIB for JS, GME-Soul and XCAD for Chad Shi, AXELAR and KAVA for Hoshi, MOG for Seadrill, and to finish it all up, Altura and VRA for Chad Shi. Let's get into this, all right? I feel like I just spelled the world's longest word here. Man, this hat's kind of making my head itchy. We'll see if it sticks. If not, I love this hat, man. Funny story about this hat. They say what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but this hat came back with me. I did not remember buying this hat. I thought it was my buddy's hat. I saw it at his house like weeks later, and I'm like, dude, how come you never wear that hat? It's a nice hat. He's like, you want that hat? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, you should. You're the one that bought it. I'm like, what are you talking about? I have no recollection of buying this hat, but let's just say we went hard that week. Anyways, it is a nice hat. I do like it, but for some reason it's making my head itchy. I don't know why. I definitely haven't grown in head size, but whatever. I might not wear it, man, because it really is. It's irritating the hell out of me, but I got hat hair, whatever. Okay, so let's get into this. Enough of that stuff. I am not restarting this video. Top to bottom, coming up, finding support on the 382. It looks productive. I would assume that you go up from here. I would assume that you're going to go to the 61869. Yes, you've been a little bit sideways for a while, but be patient. It hasn't been too long, right? To be fair, to be completely fair, you have been at this yellow line for a little while, haven't you? Generally, you would get a positive reaction by now. So maybe you are going lower. Maybe you are. Hard to say. You know, you did the same kind of thing over here. You were hugging it for a while, but then you went down. Maybe you're doing the same thing here, and then you'll go up. Who knows? You're on the other end of it after all. The weekly looks like it could bounce off of this 50 area. Lower low, higher low looks good in my opinion. The bullish the daily RSI does look a little less bullish, I will say. This to me does make me think that you're going to go a little bit lower, but I mean, how much lower, man? You know, that's the real question. Like, how much lower are you going to go? I kind of do think you're going to go lower, actually. Let's see. Let's get a relative fib on this thing. I'll keep up the old fib just to keep it in reference sake. Yeah, maybe go to 17.76 cents, a little bit below that. Maybe around 17 cents itself. Yeah. You could go all the way down to 12 cents. It's possible. If you go below 15 cents, I'll be buying this thing because I missed it on the chance up. I remember I think it was here or maybe it was here where I was like, this thing's going to go up. I should get into it, and then like literally the next day it went up. It might have been this week. I forget when, but if it comes back down, I'll definitely get into this thing, man. It looks pretty good. It's definitely got my interests. But for now, maybe it does go down. That daily RSI does look pretty bearish. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, those are the price targets. 17 cents at a minimum is what I'm thinking. I mean, I guess at least 17.7 cents, but probably likely you go below that line. So 17 cents area. If not there, we'll see around 12 to 10.5 cents, man. That's CQT. Moving on from there, we're going to go about, and you wanted me to do a bull run projection. I got to be honest, you know, it's hard to say because this is such a new chart. You know, this puts you all the way up at like $22, and that from here, that's like a 10x. No, wait, that's 100x. And let's see, let's look at this on CoinGecko real quick. CQT, covalent, yeah. Market cap, 100x would be 13 billion. Yeah, I mean, maybe it does. Maybe it does see 100x or something like that. It's hard to say. There's not a whole lot of data. So, I mean, it could see a 100x, it could see a 30x, it could see a multi-100x. You know, 13 billion is a high market cap, don't get me wrong, but it could go higher. It could go to 26 billion, 50 billion, you know, so like who knows how high this thing could go, really. It's hard to give a proper end of cycle analysis on this thing, in my opinion. Maybe someone knows better than I do, I don't know. ACH, Alchemy Pay. Look at that, nice bullish week, up 16% so far, beautiful. Top to bottom here. 382 rejection, bounced off your 236, and you're up at your 382. I bet you go higher, man. I bet your next stop is up at like 2.5 cents, potentially all the way up to this 3 cent to 3.3 cent area. Weekly RSI looks decent, daily RSI looks good. Yeah, I think volume's building. You're doing all the right things, man. All you got to do, I guess, is close above this 382, which I very much expect that you will do. If not, if you reject here, in my opinion, that wouldn't look too good. It really wouldn't, because if you go back to this 236, odds are you're going to go down, and that would send you, you'd be losing 50% or more. You might even see new lows, but I have a hard time believing that. So I'm going to stick with the idea that you're going higher, at least to this green line. If not, honestly, more likely, probably up here, given time, and not much time. That's ACH. I like it. Let's talk about AMP. And again, I could not like it if it looks like you reject from this area, okay? Especially if you go back to this area, that would not look as good. But we can talk about it if that happens. Until then, I'm bullish. I gotta say, I'm pretty bullish on that right now. Looks good to me. AMP. See, this is what I like. It's like one chart can be bearish, one chart can be bullish. Like, it's not all just, okay, it's going down, it's going down. Like that got a little mundane for a second there, man. All these are kind of doing their own thing. I mean, it's all crypto. If Bitcoin tanks, these things will tank too. But if Bitcoin doesn't tank, it just sees like a normal standard correction. Some of these coins will go down, some of them will pump. You know, that's kind of what I'm expecting to happen. So, but any coin, most coins go down with Bitcoin, but any coin can do anything at any time. You know, it is what it is. On a weekly perspective, I do like your RSI. This is a consolidation phase after a bullish move up. The next expected kind of move would be up like this. This is kind of like an ABC pattern, right? Like literally, let's see here. You got it right. It doesn't really show. But ABC, it'd be like that's your A, that's your B, that's your C. They're supposed to be like pretty symmetrical, your A leg and your C leg. And for anyone who's like, ABCs are correctional waves in Elliott wave theory, that's not what this is. That's not the same thing. It's an ABC pattern. It's like it's the same thing as a bull flag, right? Or a pennant after a move up, and that's kind of what it looks like. So I would think you do move up. Daily RSI looks fine. I think you do want to move up. If you don't, then we'll see you down at, let's see, 0.003 cents, probably lower than that because you already found some support there. So I would bet you go 0.0022 cents, somewhere around there. That'd be my expectation, if not lower, but probably you're going to go higher. Relative high here to this low. 786 to 886, 0059 to 0071. That's where I think you're going. Yeah. If not higher than that, but probably there. Let's see. Let's draw it real quick. I feel like I've talked about this one recently, but maybe not. Look at that. That would, I mean, depending on how you draw it, I would draw it from here, but you could draw it from the bottom. I mean, that, I would think you could see the 1272 with this move. But it's a measure move, so you don't have to meet the measurement. You could fall short. It is possible, but with that look, I would think you go up to about 1.5 cents actually. But we'll see. Either way, I think it looks good. I think it wants to go up. That's AMP. EGLD. EGLD, right? It's something else, right? It's like Metaverse X or something like that. Multiverse X, I think is what it is. And it used to be Elrond, didn't it? Am I thinking of something else? I think that's what it is, but I think this used to be Elrond, but Multiverse X sounds just as cool. Top to bottom here. 382 hit, 236 hit. Look at that. Looks like it wants to go up, guys. That's a classic maneuver when you're working your way up to the 618, 69 zone. Very classic. You absolutely could find resistance at your 0.5. Seeing this, like so perfect, you probably will go up to your 0.5, come back down to your 382. Like it's very, very classic. And then you probably find resistance there, and then you go up, But stair-stepping your way up like that, I love seeing it. So next target, $110. You're at 61.86 right now. You could go all the way up to 160. It is possible you could just shoot straight through and go up to here, but you've been respecting these levels so far. My expectation would be continue to respect them, And if you don't stop here, what you would look for is instead a move that takes you above the 382. You pull back, find support on it, and then you move up. That could take you above the 0.5. You might not even see the 0.5, right? But you'd have to stop somewhere in the middle, and specifically not just stop, but come back to the 382 to find support. If you see something of those likes, and it doesn't have to be this long. It could be even like that. Like who knows? But however it looks, if you come back to find support on the 382 after breaking out of it before you hit the 0.5. That's the main thing I'm looking for this next leg up. You do not need to reject off of this before you go up, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, ultimately, I think you're making your way up to 160 to 202, given time. It's not going to happen immediately, but I like the weekly RSI. I like the daily RSI. It looks good. So yeah, that's that. EGLD, FET, by the way, guys, none of this is financial advice. I can be wrong. If you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. All that stuff, Thank you. Got a white line here. Man, I was playing guitar earlier and my fingers are like numb. I can't even feel it when I'm clicking right now. My daughter loves it whenever I play guitar. She's silly, man. She's my biggest fan. I think that's how it's meant to be, though. I like the daily RSI, bullish. Up at the 618 area, you're finding turbulence, no wonder. But man, you closed out of it and then you're closing back into it. Like, it's kind of a good look. Fetch.ai here. Yeah, I like the 4-hour RSI as well. Yeah, you might want to go to that next level. Same kind of thing I was talking about with E-Gold pulling back to its 382 for support. Maybe you go up here and you pull back to your 618 for support, and then you continue. This is looking good, man. Like all in all, in comparison to EGLD, I would say this is like the same thing as the 618. That's kind of the expected area I think you're going to go. With how you're reacting here, I think you're going to go up to like 90 cents, man, when it's all said and done. Of course, you're not just going to move up in a straight line. You could, but probably you'll stop in this area, pull back for support in this area, and then move up. Again, you don't have to find resistance in this area. If you move up somewhere in the, I guess that would be in this area. Maybe you move up past it and you pull back to the 618 for support. As long as you're holding above that 618, I like it. Really, if you get a day to close above the 886, above about 75.6 cents, I would say it's very much on to this little area up here between $1.05 and 90 cents. But I think 90 cents is where you're going right now. I would like to see more volume. That's my one conniption with it, but that's FET. Let's talk about Mana. I love Mana, man. This really, actually, this coin should get its own video, but I already said that we're going to be talking about it in this one. So here we are at 50 cents, looking good. My last major purchase for Mana was at 52.28 cents before we had this drop, I think. Yeah. I bought up here, man, and I was happy with that buy. That was my last buy because I did think it was going to go up. I think I bought it, and I even did say that we were going to go lower in my relative videos after that. I don't remember what I said back here. You can go back and check the videos from the beginning of January or end of December if you want, but I think I said I would. Don't be surprised if it goes below 40 cents, but I would kind of expect it to hold 40 cents. I'm not sure if that's what I said, but I feel like that's what I said. Is there validation to that? Let's see. Low. That's not the low. Come on now, mouse. No, I probably did say it would go below 40 cents. I probably would have said it would go below 40 cents, at least to 44. But probably down to 36 to 35. So you held the 0.5. It looks nice. Closing above the 382. You're getting up to the 236 right now. This does look good, man. Looks like a nice little move up consolidation phase, and you're getting ready to move up. Another kind of ABC technique there. Yeah, man. I like it. I do. Ooh, hold on now. Wait a second. Yeah, bro. That's beautiful. I love that. I hate diagonal lines except for moments like this. You break above it. You found resistance at it before. That's how you know it's the real deal. You broke above it and then you found support on it. Like this, you guys, mana's about to tear. I'm gonna buy some more mana. I'm probably going to buy more mana after this. Is gonna be my first purchase in not too long. I guess like 2 months. Not even 2 months. My last purchase was Jesus Coin, and that was at the top. It was a small amount. It wasn't like a large amount, but probably bigger than it should have been for where it was. It was a little euphoric, but that's okay. Enough about me, man. Yeah, this looks good to me, man. This looks really good. It's enough for me to say. I mean, how many of these videos do you see? Obviously, I'm personally involved with mana, not like on like a business scale, but like I invest in it. But how many of these videos do you see me say, I'm gonna buy some of this right now? Like this looks good. Most of them I'm like, if I was to buy it, I'm gonna wait. But this has me a little bit enticed. I feel like I wish I bought a little bit lower, but I very much was expecting it to go lower. That's why I hadn't bought it, because I think I was expecting it to go lower. I don't know what I was saying in the beginning, saying that I thought it would hold 40-cent area. But looking at this now, looks like it wants to go up, man. I really do like it a lot. I love the structure of it. Daily RSI looks good. Weekly RSI looks great. Yeah. This thing's going to do good, man. I'm really excited to see what happens. You're probably going to make a move up to this like dollar area, $1.10 area. At least to like 80-cent area. Let's see. Yeah, man, this one should have gotten its own video. Honestly. Yeah, dude, yeah, beautiful. 80, you're going above 90 cents. 90 cents to $1.25, somewhere in that area, man. Looks good. Absolutely. I like it. I'm going to buy some after this video. That's what's happening. That's mana. Mana is like my second or third biggest hold at the moment. I have to check my portfolio, but it's not my biggest, but it's damn well near close to it. This is one of my favorite coins for sure. Let's see. And no, I did not purchase all of it at here. You know, I've purchased it. Some of it I've held since where was it? The highest that I bought was at like 73. So like somewhere back here. Maybe it was back here. I don't know. 73 cents. But I've been buying, you know, throughout this whole everything. Enough about me. Mana CKB, taking nibbles as it goes, man. As it goes. It's my second biggest hold, and that did not happen overnight, that's for sure. But it could be my biggest hold. That could happen overnight. CKB, USD. Yeah, we'll use Binance. Whoa, bro, whoa. Nuts. You're up 158% this week. Beautiful. Let's see, from the high, all-time high to the low on this chart. You're at your 61869 area. You probably find some resistance here. You're very hot on your RSI, on your weekly RSI. Daily was very hot as well. Don't be surprised if you do something like this where you like come down, come back up, and then you go lower. You know, something like that. Don't be surprised if you do something like this where you go lower and then you go higher. You know, it's hard to say. This is a very strong move. I like the volume. That's what you want to see, man. Something interesting going on. What is this thing? Let's see. What's the market cap at? CKB. Nervos. I've never heard of Nervous. Pretty small market cap, but still it's bigger than some of them that we talk about on this channel. Yeah, looks good, man. That's like you could do a 100x even from here, even with that kind of growth. Maybe you don't. Maybe you only do a 10x. Don't hold me to that. I'm just saying because the 10x would still put you at 5 billion, and that's more than a fancy number to hit for something like this. But look at that beautiful accumulation range. You just broke straight out of it, man. Beautiful volume. You probably do pull back a little bit. I would think you do go to about 1 cent. For anyone that's feeling the FOMO here at 1.22 cents, I would think you go at least back to 1 cent area. It's very common to go to your 61869 area, pull back to your 0.5, and then go. It's also very common to go to your 382. So either one of those targets would be my interpretation at the moment. Could you keep building? Sure, but you're pretty damn hot, man. You're pretty damn hot. Even if you do, let's do this real quick. Relative low to high. I'll get rid of the fibs. Right now, your 382 is all the way down at 0.76 cents. No, yeah. So 0.0076. If it were, let's say it went all the way up to here. I mean, even if it pulled like another 3x from here. I guess that'd be a 3x, yeah. Essentially, more or less, just a little bit less, but about a 3x. Your 382, a common retracement would still be back here, like at these prices. So I wouldn't buy here. Even if it goes up, let it go up without you. I doubt it's just going to do that nonstop. It could. It could. Anything can happen. But at that point, just accept that you missed the boat, man. Buy the things that look like this before this happens, right? You want to be on that train. Well, this train already left its station. There are plenty that are parked in their station. You got the roadmap right here. It's literally from here to here. If it looks like that, after something like that, you're gonna get something like that afterwards. That's what I expect in compound. Here, just real quick, we're gonna take a little detour talking about stuff like this, right? Like this is exactly the same look, right? All it's missing is that explosive phase. So it's coming. And there's plenty of other ones that look just like this, right? And not every single one that looks like this is going to do this. Some of them might do this and then putter out. Some of them might just putter out. But odds are you're probably going to do well with that kind of formation, honestly. In my experience with crypto, you guys, what happens is people try to catch these pumps. The people that are smart, they accumulate it down here. They sell these pumps, and then they buy into the things that haven't pumped yet. They cycle their money through. That's the smart money cycles their money if they're trying to trade. You know, also I would say smart money just holds for the cycle. But nonetheless, man, if you're feeling the FOMO here, don't. If you feel like you missed the boat, put it in something that looks like this. I gave you an example already. Not financial advice, but that's my genuine opinion. Even if if it does continue to run up, it will likely pull back to these areas if it went all the way up to its all-time highs. If it falls anywhere short of that, depending on where the pump is, it'll likely pull back lower than these areas, let alone if that's the actual top. You absolutely could go all the way back down to these highs right here. So as far as where's it's going to go, hard for me to say. It is genuinely hard for me to say. I would expect if that's the high, you'd probably go a little bit below 0.0076 because it's very common to go a little bit below your 382. But I would expect you hold that 382 area. So you could see 0.007 being your low, your next low, and then you move up. That's my opinion. Daily RSI looks too strong to really have a certainty on that. 4 hour does show a little weakness. I kind of would expect that you turn around from here actually, but that can change. You have hidden bullish divergence. Yes, you have bearish divergence, and it hasn't played out yet. So I think you're going lower with this thing, but I can be wrong, man. You could get another drive up before falling down. So if you're feeling the FOMO here, not financial advice, I would just say don't buy here. Definitely, if it goes up, don't buy here. And if it drops, and you bought up here, you better not sell. You know what I mean? Just eat it, add more to it, because inevitably something like this, I doubt it stops here. Even if it pulls back, I doubt that this is it's got good things in store for it. So just be patient. Patience is key, guys. I am never going to finish this video talking about these things like this. XDC, somebody asked, what do I see taking off first? Or it was move first, and it was XDC or Blue Zell. And I was thinking move first. I was thinking move up first, but maybe he was talking about move down. I think XDC will move up first over Blue Zell because I think XDC has had its pullback. Blue Zell has not seen its pullback, but this video isn't about Blue Zell, but just a quick answer to that. I do think XDC is ready to move up. It could move lower first, but it looks like it's in the right area to move up, in my opinion. draw a somewhat straight line there. You know, you're kind of holding this line of support. You could go down. The weekly RSI looks a little weak. The daily RSI looks nice. Just get above that 50 and hold levels above that 50, man. You're looking pretty good, I gotta say. I think XDC right now might be done with its downside. Let's look at the 3-day. Come on now. Why can't I? Let's see. No. Can't I add my own custom? Why can't I? I should be able to. I don't think range is right. Oh, it is. Okay, cool. 3-day. 3-day looks really good. It's still weak, I gotta say, but that bounce off the oversold zone looks good. Look at the last time you held that, right? I'm gonna get rid of this real quick. Last time you did that, you kind of just moved sideways for a bit. So just because it looks good doesn't mean that I think you're gonna do this right now. But yeah, something you could consolidate for a little bit more and then move up, right? You could move up from here and then move back down, you know, do whatever and then move up. But either way, if you haven't finished going lower, you're very, very close to it, and you probably do. Your next like significant move is probably going to be up, but you could chill. You could chill for a little bit. Hard to say. XDC looks good for accumulation. You know, let's see, top to bottom. Next leg up is probably going to be at 12 to 16 cents. Here you are at 4 cents right now. That's not going to happen immediately. It's probably going to take months to do. The last time, let's see, from this high, which was in March 20th, 2023, you found your low in June 26th of 2023. That was like 3 months, almost 3.5 months. I mean, including the time that it took for you to break out, it was like 3.5 months. Actually, almost 4 months before you actually like started moving up again. So it could be some time before you move up, like at least a month or two. But 2272 hit there. You could. This is a bigger range, so maybe you don't see the 2272, but I think 12 to 16 cents is a fine answer. You're probably going to go there. That's like when you see your next leg up, yeah. That's XDC. PLI for Mr. Benji here. Looking good. Looking good. Moving up 56% this week. Beautiful. I want to say I was bullish on my last video, but maybe I wasn't. I don't remember. It's hard to keep track of all these. That's not me trying to be like I was right. That's just I'm just stating what I believe to be a fact, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was bearish, you know. And so what? So what if I was bullish? So what if I was bearish? Like, I'm just curious personally, but not curious enough to look through my own videos, I guess. Let's see. Bottom to top, 618 area hitting nice, looks good. Yeah, you're probably going up from here. You probably are. I'm surprised with this, how low you got, that you didn't go to your 786 or 886, but that's probably just a testament to the strength. It looks good, man. Close above 6.2 cents. Close above 6.2 cents. And then we can see you go potentially all the way to these extensions. Also do a good interaction with the 7.8 to 8.8 cents, 7.8 to 8.8 cents. That area, have a positive reaction there, but it's looking good, man. It's looking good. A big move up though for not a lot of volume. That's the one kind of qualm I have. It is still a lower high. Let's look at the daily RSI. I don't mind it, man. I don't mind it at all. Yeah, time will tell, but I think it's going up. It could pull back from here first. It absolutely, I mean, you're at 5 cents, 5.1 cents. You could, from bottom to top, you could move down to like, I'm sorry, I'm hearing things. I don't know. 3.7 to 3.5 cents, you could go down there. At least, I mean, if not at least, but if you were to pull back from here, you could go to like 4.4 cents, something like that. I don't know. That's PLI. It looks good. Talking about algo next. 1 second, guys. Just 1 second. Hold on. Thought I heard something, man, but I must have gotten taken outside, I guess. Top to bottom. Looking like you want to go to your 61869, probably around 20 cents, 20 and a half cents to 21 and a half cents. Yeah, probably wants to move up to there and then down. Not like down, but like probably resistance here, back to your 0.5, up, back to your 382, up, something like that. So that's where I think you're going. That's algo. Not going to spend too much time on that. I mean, okay, fine. Let's do it real quick on the weekly too. Daily RSI looks good. Weekly RSI looks good. Yeah, look at you. Look at you. You're probably forming an inverse head and shoulders pattern, probably, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then breaky poo, something like that. So in this, you don't have to go in a straight line. You can just like whatever. But all I'm trying to say is it looks good. Looks good from here. Probably inevitably it will go above this high and break out of this pattern all in all. But that's algo. And maybe it's not an inverse head and shoulders pattern, but it still looks good. Biddy USD. Is this? Did you mean to say Bitcoin and you're just saying Biddy, or is Biddy ProShares Trust? You know what, JS? If you're watching this, man, we're gonna talk about Biddy on a different. I didn't know that that's what that was. That's my fault for not looking it up. I'm gonna write this down on the right side of the page here. Technically, the left side. We're not going to talk about that because this is just crypto coins video. So Shiba is the next one. That's what, I don't really care, but if you guys could, I should say I care a little bit, but not enough to, like, it doesn't bother me. It just helps me if you guys specify if it's a crypto or a stock, or if you say, like, if it's a crypto, just add the USD afterwards. If it's a stock, don't add the USD. But especially if you're going to throw two at me. You said Biddy and Sheeb. I assumed because Shiba's a crypto. But if not, we'll figure it out one way or another. But it does help out a little bit. But top to bottom, looking like it wants to go up, man. Yeah, looking good. Bouncing off the 50, looking like you want to go up. Probably not too high. I mean, above this high, sure, but you probably stop around 4014 to 40167 area. Somewhere in that area. I doubt you break above your 382, but yeah, it looks like it wants to go up from here. I like the daily. I like the weekly. That one was easy. Thank you. GME Sol. I'm assuming we're going to have to use Dex Screener for this one. Aren't we, Mr. Chad Shee? Let's see here. I know you're looking for those diamonds in the rough, man. Let's see. Come on. Where you at? GME. I think this is what you're talking about, right? I was like, why does GME sound familiar? Now I remember. Hard to do any technical analysis on this, man. It's just so new. It's so new. Like, I don't even think this fib's going to be respected. I mean, kind of, right? But that could just be blind luck. I don't know. Maybe this one. Maybe we could do this. There you go. 1272 hit. Up at your 786 there. It's not a bad look, but generally speaking, if you were to reject this, if you do close today, or like this 4-hour period, even below this 886, I would think you go to your next level down, 1272 hit. You would go probably to your 1414, if not your 1618, if not lower. So I mean, anything from like this area to this area, I think are very likely. But at least here, probably 0016 to 00118 or 00078 are possible. I don't necessarily like it. I do think it wants to move down, but again, my opinion, man, it's just an opinion, and this could be inaccurate because this is such a new chart. If there's still 3 hours left in this candle, if it goes up from here, if you continue to go up, that opinion, that bearish opinion, can change very dramatically. In fact, if you close above the 618, which is at 00555, close above that green line on a 4-hour basis, likely what you're going to do is instead you're going to pull a bullish reversal here. You're going to go all the way up to like 2.5 cents. So look for that, I guess. 555, yeah. Anyways, that's G-Sol. Let's talk now about XCAD. I bet it's on Dex Screener too. That's the right amount of volume. Let's see. Get rid of that. Looking good. Yeah, I like it. Looks like it wants to go higher. You could pull back from here. It's a wonky looking chart, man, honestly. It's like technically this would be a good area to sell because it has been the last 1, 2, even 3 times, right? Maybe you would have missed this part of it, but if you sold at that line, it still would have came back and provided great areas to buy. So hard to say. Let's throw an RSI on this. Relative strength index. Man, I want to with videos like this. I want to just like do a live stream because I feel like it's so like laid back and chill, but it would just go on forever, man. It would go on forever. I have all these requests to do, and then I'd get caught up in the people's requests as they give them. But it's a mood, man. It feels like the right mood for a live stream, but I don't have the time for it tonight, honestly, either. But I wish I did. Not really a lot to go off of on the fibs. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Those last two you were talking about the fibs, I remember. I'll try and keep that in mind so I don't get distracted by the end there. This does look productive. I would think you want to go up higher, man. I like the weekly RSI. It looks to me like you want to go higher. Yeah, and if you break this, you're probably going to go up to about $3, probably, if not higher. Like on this move, if you pull back from here, like a little bit and then go up or something like that, I doubt you pull all the way back down here. It's possible, but I doubt you do. But all in all, you look like you want to move up to this area, probably between about 294 to 444. Daily RSI looks good. Volume's decent. Whatever. Fine for me. AXELAR. AXL. And the thing is too with these, AXL would have been fine, but I actually do appreciate whenever you say the whole thing because sometimes, oddly enough, and they shouldn't allow this, but there are some cryptos that have like the same tickers, and it's nice whenever you give me the name so that I don't get confused. So I don't care. AXL is shorter, but you gave me the whole name. I'm fine with that. That's totally fine. It's less confusing. It takes an extra second. Well, whatever. Like I can type like over 60 words per minute, man. I'm okay with that. I should do a test. It's been a while. Let's see. AXL on Coinbase. And yes, I know before everybody goes writing comments, yes, I know that speed is useful for whatever job that you want to do for typing, but I don't want to be a typist, man. That's not what how did I get fast at typing? I played online video games on the computer when I was a kid. You got to be able to type up fast, man. You're BSing with people. You're trying to get information before people like run away from you or go off and do their own thing because everyone has ADHD. You got to be able to type fast. Practice, I guess, is the answer. Let's see. This one's hard to do, man. There's not a lot. I keep jumping between charts because there's not a lot to do. Like, you look like you're going up. I can say that. Like, it's very not common to pull back to your 236. But hey, if you're doing an ABC, I mean that could be. It looks like a bull flag, right? And technically speaking, the measure move of this flag would put you, depends on how you do it. Some people measure from the point of breakout. I measure from the base of the flag. That's how I've always done. In my early days, I did it from the breakout, but I think it's better to be conservative. $3.70. You got $1.25. Yeah, that could happen. It could. In a very short amount of time. Well, I say very short amount of time, but at the rate it grew, it looks like it could be a couple months maybe. Looks good to me, man. I think you want to go up higher. Volume's building. You're getting higher highs. Looks good. Could you pull back from here? Sure. Are you going to pull back by much? Probably not. You're at $1.25. I doubt you go too much below $1 if you were to pull back from here. You might just keep going up, though. I like it. I think it looks good. Yeah, all of it. I like all of it. That's AXL. Kava. And then we got 3 more after this one, so 4 more because we're just getting started on this one. Kava. I don't know if that's the right chart to you. No. We're going to stay on page. Binance. There we go. A little bit more data. You found support. Oh, look. See, this is exactly like in the beginning of the video when we were talking about CKB, right? And I was like, look for ones that look like this without this part. That's this. That's this. Doesn't mean that it's going to happen. Doesn't mean that this thing is destined for glory. No, anything can happen, right? It could even do this and then down. Like, who knows? Who knows what happens? Maybe it does this and then it moves sideways for a while. Then it has one leg up and then that's its whole bull market and then it's done. Like, who really knows? But I do like this. This is an obvious accumulation phase after a very strong run down, right? You just went downhill and you hit the brakes hard. You're accumulating, okay? Probably getting ready to move up. And it looks like you are, right? You're at the base where you found support here before, where you found resistance way back here. You're at an area where you found support back here. So you're also kind of like right in the middle of this range. Let's see, bottom to top. Not quite, actually. You're probably going to go at least up to this 90-cent area, but probably I bet you get above this high. You're probably going to go up to this like $1.20 area in a very short amount of time. And then who knows? You could be breaking out of this accumulation zone at any point in time. It could be several months before you do, but I like it from here. I do think it wants to go up. The weekly RSI looks fine to me. Look at how bullish that weekly RSI is, man. It looks really good. Daily RSI looks good to me. It definitely wants to go up from here. So, not definitely, but probably. That's my opinion. Looking good, Kava. Looking good. I don't have price targets for you, man, because who knows? You could. Okay, fine. We'll do price targets. All right, whatever. Top to bottom. $1.05. I mean, next phase is 8.25 cents from this fib. $1.05 to $1.13.5, somewhere around there. When you break out of this range, this accumulation range, you're likely going to go anywhere from $2 to $3, potentially even up to almost $6. Let's see if that matches your overall high to low. 618, right there with your 1618 at about $3. Beautiful. That's probably where your breakout move will take you. You're at 76 cents now with a potential breakout move to $3. Now, that doesn't mean that you're going to break out from here all the way up to $3 overnight. No, you're going to move up to the top of this range first, and then you'll see your breakout. And when you move up there, maybe you do it in a straight move, maybe you wig-wag, you do it slowly. But I know I got a lot of lines, but just trust me, this 618 right here is lining up with this 1618, the orange line here from the smaller fib. To me, that makes sense. Now, could you pass through that? Sure. The 786 and 886 are next likely targets. And what splits that? That 2272, that 580 area right around $6. That could be your target as well. But let's look first at this like $3 area. Once you break your accumulation phase. In the more immediate term, again, I'm assuming you're going to about $1 to $1.13, potentially. I wouldn't say $1.40. I would think like let's say $1.25 to $1.05, somewhere in that range. That's where I think you're going. Yeah, Kava, MOG, MOG on BitGet only on Poloniex. We're gonna look at this thing over here. MOG. No shame to either of those. It's just they're low liquidity. Put it on log. Very bullish move up, yeah. Looks like you broke out. You just broke out this week with decent volume. You're up 121%. Watch you go higher. You could pull back. You could pull back dramatically from here. You could pull back all the way down to here. You're at 6015. You could do a 50% pullback in a day and then move up, right? You could do a 60% pullback. Probably not a 60, but Maybe you do. You could. I'm not saying you do. I'm just saying you could. You might not. You might just continue going upwards. It's really hard to say on something like this, but inevitably, you just broke out of an You just broke out of an accumulation range. I don't even like that. You just broke out of an accumulation range this week that you've been in for months. Do you think it's going to stop here? I don't. I don't think it's going to stop there. With that volume, with that move, after months of consolidation from August until February, no. I think you have higher to go. I do. Where are you going to go? If we base fibs, we can kind of guess. I mean, you hit your 1272 perfectly to a T. So again, don't be surprised if you pull back to 7086. Very common maneuver before moving higher. Okay, don't be scared. Be prepared. Buy down there. If you want to buy here too, that's up to you. But just don't sell if it drops. Not financial advice. Likely though, you're probably going to go to 6028 area or 6044 area. Potentially even higher than that, but this is the expected range for a reason. So somewhere between these numbers here, that's MOG. Let's finish this up with Altura and VRA. You were talking about all-time high. Maybe it's on this too, unless I wrote it wrong. ALU Altura. This one has more volume. We're going to use the one that has more volume. Logarithmic. I don't know. I don't know, Chad Shee. From all-time high to all-time, I don't know. None of that. You weren't talking about extensions. You were talking about retracements, but I don't know if this is the same one, man. But I can say this looks like it wants to go higher, at least to the 1618, all the way up here at 6.68 cents. You hit a deep extension. You didn't stop at your 618 area. You hit not an extension, deep retracement at the 786. Pulled all the way back, had a double bottom, and now you're going up to your extensions. You probably do go up to your 1618 because it looks like you hit your 1272, pulled. I wonder. Oh, this is on the daily, so you probably bounced off your 886, went up there, pulled back to the 100, held that very strong. Now you're up at the 1414, finding resistance there, and you're still pushing higher. I think it wants to go higher from here. That's just my opinion. But let's talk about VRA to finish this bad boy up. Yeah, that'll do there. Logarithmic. There we go. So from all-time high to all-time low. I don't know, man. I think I'm getting different. Let me look at the message you said. Yeah, I don't know. Altura. I don't think Altura is flirting with its 0.5 because it looks like, to me, it just looked like it's going higher. But maybe we have different fibs. Maybe I'm using a different chart. I don't know. But VRA, you say all-time high in 2021. Yes, that's right. To the low in 2022. Hit the 382. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this is pretty common, Chad Shee, and as you've defined pretty well. Obviously, it went above the 382. Obviously, it went below the 236. But as you defined it, it held the 382 as resistance, held the 236 as support. I would agree. It's not perfect, but yes, more or less, and especially recently, right? What I would make of this is it's still kind of like in this accumulation range, right? It's kind of doing that. But how I would think of it is when you do break this 382 decisively. Here, it was kind of indecisive. You're up there for 2 weeks, but then you broke down. I would think with this many attempts up here, you hugged it last time, definitely showing significance there. Not only that, you have a point of support in this area as well. I would think that when you get a week to close above this, it's on probably to your 618 area, probably. That's how I would look at it. Generally you could look for the 0.5 to be your next point, but that's just so close to this high. I think once you break this range, you break that high, you're probably going to the next level up, and it's not going to be the 0.5. I think you're going to go to about 2.2 cents, potentially up to the 6.9, which is at 2.9 cents, almost 3 cents. So that's what I would make of that. And you'll know it's the real deal when you get some volume coming in, right? I think you're headed there now. I really do think you're headed there now, but I guess volume is building. This is the most volume you've seen in about a month, so a little over a month, but in a week basis, it's the most volume you've seen. But yeah, volume looks good to me, man. I think it's ready to go. Probably with this next attempt at the 382, you either break straight through it, you find a little turbulence like you did last time, but you're probably going to that, what was it, 2 to 3 cent area? What was it? Yeah, 2.2 to 3 cent area. That's my thoughts. And with that, I leave you guys. Yeah, I don't know if there's a winner. Nothing really. There were a couple things that stood out. I think CKB looks really good. It could pull back though. There was another one. Was it XCAD or was it Kava? Or was it AXL? I can't remember. There was one that kind of looked like it was accumulating and it hadn't popped off yet. Those are my favorite things to put money into, man. And just wait. Just wait until it's your time. If you don't want to hold it for the whole cycle, that's fine. Sell it once it pumps, and then put it into something that has pulled back or hasn't taken off yet. That's the way to do it if you want to move your money around intermittently. But if you want to hold for the whole cycle, make sure you're choosing the right projects. And nobody knows what the right project is, but do your research, study up. Don't just base all your decisions off of what some guy on YouTube is telling you, because I can be wrong, man, and this is your money. This is your stuff that you want to deal with, right? It's not my money. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not handling your money. You are. So be smart about it, right? Be smart. Make sure you're not putting it into something that's a scam. And even the things that aren't scams can have unfortunate circumstances befall them. So just be aware of what you're dealing with. Everybody says don't put money in there that you would hate to lose, but are we trying to make life-changing money or not in this market? Are you going to put $10 in there? I wouldn't care to lose $10. I wouldn't want to, but I wouldn't care. But I mean, I basically have my life savings. Not basically, very literally, I have my life savings in crypto. I would be upset. I'd be furious if all that money went to zero. But I also have it dispersed, spread out, not all in just one thing. So I don't know, man. I'm getting off on a tangent, but it arose from the fact that I see a lot of people say, just to cover their butts and sound smart, sophisticated investors, don't put more money in there than you can afford to lose. It's what are we trying to do here? Are we trying to make life-changing money or not? Of course I'm going to put more money in there than I can afford to lose. I'm going to put in so much money that it hurts if it goes to zero, man. But hopefully you're putting it in the right things that won't happen to. Hopefully you're spread out. And if you are invested in just one coin or 2 coins or 3 coins, spread it out on multiple exchanges. Mana, earlier I was saying Mana is one of my biggest holds, right, that I have. I have 3 different exchanges that I hold Mana on, okay? That's not that. That's a fact. If you have one of your biggest holdings, unless it's $1,000 or less, okay, whatever. But I've got do it how you want to do it. But if any of those exchanges goes under maintenance, they get hacked, something happens to them, like an FTX type of thing happens, I'll be happy that I have it spread across 3 different exchanges and not just one. You know what I mean? So there is definitely one exchange that I have most of my stuff on. There's another exchange that I have my second most, but I try to spread them out. You know what I mean? And again, perfect example is Mana being my second or third biggest hold of my personal bags. I have that spread across 3 different accounts. Okay, so take that for what you will. That's a little bit of non-financial advice, but just a genuine opinion of how things should be. Don't keep all your money in the same place. Don't keep it all in one coin, but if you do, even if you don't have it all in one coin and you're like me and you just hold a big amount of one coin out of your whole portfolio, there's nothing wrong with spreading that across multiple accounts. You never know when something wacky can happen with exchanges. There are failures and faults and flaws in human error. It can happen. You never think it's going to happen to you, but it can happen. It hasn't happened to me, but I'm not going to be caught with my pants around my ankles whenever that happens. Unless all 3 exchanges go down at once, then I guess I'm boned. But this is to prevent against that, hopefully. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm invincible. Therefore, and I am using money that I would care to lose. So therefore, try to be smart about it. I think I'm being smart about it. But man, enough of that. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for coming. Take care. Bye-bye.